Hello, and welcome to the third installment of our video series, where Niall and I sit down to discuss different things happening in the cloud industry. Today, we are going to be discussing how we help one of our customers, OMass Therapeutics, accelerate their drug discovery process. So to give a little bit more of an introduction, OMass Therapeutics are an Oxford-based technology company using native mass spectrometry and other biophysical technologies to drive drug discovery in high definition. The company is building a pipeline of small molecule therapeutics to bring life-changing benefits to patients suffering from immunology and genetic disorders. So Niall, would you like to start us off by describing the challenges faced by drug discovery companies such as OMass and how the cloud can help?
Sure. Thanks, Beth. So one of the key things, as everyone probably knows, is that drug discovery can be quite a long process. It usually involves multi-year programs. And the idea, because there's a lot of investment in it, is trying to figure out, if you do have a new protein that you're going to, or a drug that you're going to release, how is that going to work? And ideally, what you'd like to do is to do this virtually first before you move into kind of more expensive physical testing and so forth. So one of the key things that these companies do is to do what we call virtual screening. So taking their protein and actually screening it virtually against a given set of molecules. And the idea really is to get as many hits as you can before you move into the physical world of testing and programs and so forth. So the challenge really is how much can you actually do in that virtual part of the program? So how much can you screen? How cost effective can you screen? So can you spend a lot of compute time, or how do you do it? So because the more hits you get, or the more widely you can do your virtual screening, the likelihood of more hits that you'll get, which will hopefully lead to successes later on in your program.
Okay, and how can the cloud help with that?
So OMass came to us and said that they were screening about 1 million molecules over a period of maybe at least over a duration of a week. But what cloud allows you to do really is to use resources which are, for example, in the case of AWS, spot resources, which is compute that is generally up to 60-70% less expensive than other cloud compute, spread it across a lot of different regions, and actually build up a big cluster. So rather than looking at screening 1 million molecules in a week, is to screen multi-million in a matter of hours.
Okay, brilliant. And what was it specifically that we did as Yellow Dog to help out OMass?
So what we did was effectively create those on-demand clusters for OMass. We did it across 4 geographically dispersed regions. We used Spot Compute, and ultimately, when we were running, the maximum we ran to was approximately just over 378,000 virtual CPUs, or virtual cores, which is a huge amount. And all of those instances that we got in those regions were all Spot instances. So not only are you getting the range of instances and them being geographically dispersed, you're also at the lower end of costs that would be applicable to them. So we brought up those particular clusters, and the key thing that we did for them was effectively allow them to virtually screen about 330 million compounds or molecules in the space of about 7 hours. So that's what's really the physical kind of thing that we offered OMass. And the key thing, if you ask me today, or they ask me today, to bring up a similar cluster and do another run, we can do that at a touch of a button.
Amazing. So what is the significance of this acceleration to OMass and their drug discovery process?
So I think the key one is getting the hits. So that the wider you can kind of you can screen, the better. And that kind of gives you then, if you're doing it virtually, it gives you a lot more flexibility before you move into the physical world of actually ordering the compounds and doing the chemical testing. The deeper you can go effectively, the higher your success rate will be throughout the rest of the program, and that's really what that gives OMass. But it's not only that, but this is a repeatable process. So, for example, you can repeat this process with the next program, the following program, and so on. So really, it kind of expands the hits that they would get, and it's on demand. So these are the key things that would be of value to OMass.
Brilliant. Yeah, and given the value it brings the patients, it's definitely a significant thing. So
Sure.
thanks, Niall, for that summary of what we did with OMass. If you'd like to learn more about what we did with them, our case study is on our website. And yeah, once again, Niall, thanks for joining me for this video. If you want to watch any more of our videos, they're all available on our social media channels as well as our website. Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.